Welcome to Post Game on the Pitch. I'm Masvita Mara-Ire with Stephen Hagan of Radio Cascadia, John Marshall of Radio Cascadia. Well, here we are, the Sounders. They walk away 2-2. They were down 2-0. They come back and score 2 goals in late, and so they walk away with 2. Well, let's start with tactical. John, what did you think? What did you see?
We saw a lot of changes tonight tactically from Brian Schmetzer. He talked about using Nico Lodeiro as a false 9 and pulling Jordan Morris out to the wing. The intent there was to try and draw Florian Jungwirth out of position a little too far into the center of the field and allow space for Jordan Morris to get in behind the defense. We did see it work decently well in the first 15-20 minutes or so in the game. Seattle had much more control. They were bringing Kim Ki-hee out of center back to come into the attack, and Gustav Svensson dropping back in that defensive role at center back to cover for him. And it seemed like once San Jose kind of realized what they were doing, they reacted really well to it. They adjusted and started to get some control back of the game, and that's when they took the lead in the first half to get the 1-0 lead on a counter, where defensively, because Kim was coming out of position, because the wing backs were playing so high up the field, left a lot of empty space for defenders or for San Jose, I should say, their attackers to get in behind the Seattle defense, behind the midfield, in a lot of open space and have some success on counters.
And especially the first 17 minutes, the Sounders came out.
Yeah.
Let me ask Stephen about why the tactical. Was it injuries, or was it because they played LAFC? You got a midweek game, and then you've got another game. So that's a short rest there, Stephen. Did that play into all of this?
So we know that these are big factors for Sounders season, and it definitely was tonight. So first off, you have the fact that Sounders had their 2 first-choice forwards out for this match, both Rui Diaz and Bruin unavailable. It leaves you with the situation where Lodeiro ends up as a false 9. It's worth noting, I think a lot of people are going to criticize Seattle for this game, for this result. It's worth noting they don't want to play that way. Nobody sets up to play that way. Not in preseason, not because they want to do it. It happens out of necessity. And Sounders, did pretty well making lemonade out of lemons, if we're being honest from that perspective. The real problem for Seattle is that they have 11 more games on short rest this season, starting this weekend against LAFC. The club has sort of so far refused to acknowledge that fact as being a substantive part of the 2019 MLS campaign for them. And sure enough, in this first short rest test for them, a full 3 guys go down with serious injuries. And now you have the best team in the league coming to CenturyLink on Sunday. They just thumped you 4-1, and you're on shorter rest yet. Well, they rested all week.
But is the Sounders, are they the only team going through this?
They're not the only team going through it. Everybody has to go through it.
Sure.
The fact of the matter is that the team who comes out on top in the West in 2019 will be the team who deals with it best.
And do you feel that they're dealing with it best? Did Schmetzer get the stuff? Sounds like he got it. Then San Jose switched.
I think it's tough to say. I don't think that this Seattle team is as deep as they were maybe hoping it to be at the beginning of the season.
Okay.
And part of that is also the fact that you do have these injuries. You are missing your 2 forwards. So Jordan Morris is having to play higher up the field. It's making it more difficult to rotate guys in and out of the lineup because you just have less available guys.
But this is what you asked.
And this is part of the season. It's a long season. There's a lot of games without rest. I think tactically what they were doing was trying to react to San Jose and to find ways to pick this team apart and to basically put a Band-Aid over the fact that they were missing these important players to that roster.
And they get a 2-2 out of it. Stephen, you went down to LA. You actually went down to the game. Now LA's back here. I'm going to take you and transport and say, how would you go into the LAFC game? And we know there's some injuries we don't know about. But tactically, I'm going to ask you, then we'll come back to you on that. What would you do?
Well, it's a really tough scenario, Maz, because, to start by answering the question you asked John, have they done well enough with short rest so far? The answer is clearly, obviously, no. I'm sorry. That was a one-word answer. This is blatant. The fact
From
is...
Stephen.
The fact is, but before Sunday, the team had given up 5 goals across all their matches, and they've given up 6 in their last 2 across 4 days.
But they're injured.
No, I'm sorry. The fact is that you're not playing as well on short rest as you were without. Now you're on shorter rest yet. So you've got the same exact problem you had tonight, except for against a better side with fewer resources available.
So what are you going to do? You gave me doom and gloom. Give me something.
I'm telling you, that's how difficult it is.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay, I got
I think that there's a scenario where Sounders could try and bunker in and play kids and look for 0-0. If I'm being honest, maybe the best thing for Seattle to do is play people who aren't going to get hurt and worry about next week.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, there's no easy answer here. It's not an easy solution. It's not a simple solution. It's something that they're gonna have to look at and see. Do we need to play younger guys? Does Danny Leyva start getting some minutes? I mean, he's 15 years old, and it's really tough to say right now and stand here and say, like, yes, should be your answer. But you have to start looking at some different options that, to get more guys minutes in here. I think Henwald Bwana actually had a pretty good game today. He fit really well. We haven't seen a lot of Henwald Bwana minutes this season.
So maybe we'll see him, but here's what, I'll bring you all around. I think what you're going to see, and we'll see, what you're going to go see is an attacking Seattle. I think Svensson will go up and play his normal position and not go back. I think that we don't have a choice, you know what I'm saying? And I think you're going to have to Smetzer's going to take his Sounders, the team that he has, and play the way they've been playing. That's with Svensson up there, with Roldan, and we don't know if Ruidiaz, I think, will probably come back. That is an assertion. That is a guess. We don't know.
Yeah.
They don't tell us. But I think at home, I doubt that they'll bunker in. I think he's just going to give it the best shot that he can and see where the chips fall. And I think you will see Bwana play.
Yeah.
So I look for them. Steven, you tweeted this a little bit. I look for them to fast pace, and play their game against a team. What else are you going to do? It's a faster. You saw that. LA is faster, quicker.
I'm not telling you I have all the answers. What I'm telling you is
That's a
that
rhetorical question.
I definitely don't have all the answers. I just know it's bad. That's all. I know that it's a tougher situation Sunday than it is tonight, that they didn't deal with tonight very well, and that the resources they have available for Sunday, it's just an ugly proposition, and it doesn't get any better. And the way the club has spoken about it so far, the club's response to the way that short rest will affect their season, they don't seem to be addressing the fact that this is a thing they're going to have to deal with. That's a concern for Sounder fans. And Maz, the concern for this weekend, Svensson can't play. He's got a strained hamstring.
That's true. So I think you're going to have to... But my point is that I think the Sounders are going to be pressing. They're going to attack. I just can't see them bunkering because it's something they're not going to change who they are, nor will they admit the short rest. No team in any professional organization is going to, point that out. Oh, it's a short rest. We're tired, all of that. You just don't do that. But as a smart journalist that you can take a look at and you've done your work, that's exactly part of the fatigue and part of this. So with that, anything else to add before we go?
And I think it's going to be a difficult match against LAFC, the team that really picked them apart defensively in the first game. And with the short rest, it's going to be interesting to see how they cope with the attacking prowess of LAFC and if they can, fix some of the issues that they had in game one.
They're going to press him up top. Last one.
Sunday is a success if Sounders come out of it without any new injuries.
Yeah.
You don't care whether they win or lose. You just know injuries. You call it a day.
LAFC is the best team in the league. There's 20-some-odd matches after you play LAFC. What you really need is your 14 best players to all be available for selection. You need to be able to beat guys like San Jose on Wednesday nights.
Which you didn't.
Yes.
So, last time I cut you short. So you're just gonna? Are they gonna bunker in?
I don't know, Maz. I think that it's a resource issue. There's no good answer. They don't have enough resources to deal with what LAFC has to throw at them. Can LAFC have an off day? Sure. Can there be a red card or a penalty kick? Sure. But if both sides play the strength of squad we think they're going to, and they both play pretty well, LAFC is going to win by at least as many as they did last week.
They get paid. They're professionals. Smetzer, this is part of what he does in terms of tactical. It'll be interesting to see what tactic he gets out there. I still think they're going to try to be on the front foot, but you know what? We'll find out. I'm Osvita Maria for CascadiaSports.net. Stephen Aiken for Radio Cascadia. John Marshall, Radio Cascadia. There's a lot of Cascadia stuff around here, and that's what we do. So, gentlemen, it's always a pleasure. We'll be back on Saturday, and we will talk about Sunday. The draft is this Saturday. Sunday, we'll be back after the game, and then we'll talk about what we saw.